What's up, guys? What's going on? Keder here. What's going on with your life? What's going on with your land? I haven't done one of those videos late night. Been so busy. It's been crazy. So what's going on with you? How you doing? How you feeling? I haven't cut one of those videos in a very long time. Late afternoon, late night videos. So what's up with you guys? Do you want to make money online? That's what I want to talk about tonight in this live. Hopefully you already put your kids to sleep. I've already put mine to sleep. So let's have a conversation. What's going on? So if you're watching live, let me know where you're watching from. Alright, so let's get into this stuff. Someone says, hey Corey, how do I create money? I'm ready to make money. Alright, we'll talk about that stuff. We'll talk about how to make money online. What's going on? What's going on, Tom? What's going on, James? What's up, man? What's up, Corey? What's going on, Tommy Rodriguez? Ali in the house. What's up, guys? So, if you are one of my friends, right? You knew me way from back then, and it's been 5 years I've been telling people, yo, let's get onto this stuff, man. Let's make money online. I remember when I first got started on this journey, it was 2012, right? 2012, my wife got laid off from her job after we got married, and I found a little ad on Craigslist that says work from home. So, just like everybody else, I was struggling, and I said, hey, this stuff might help me. What the heck? Let's just give it a try. You know, and then, you know, I ended up speaking to the person on the phone, and she obviously ended up picking up the phone, and I finally spoke with someone. Like, you guys that probably know me from way before I was doing business online, so it's kind of cool if you see me on this live, so you already know me, or if you know me outside of Facebook, maybe you met me before, and it's like, okay, I know this dude. So it wasn't like that for me at all. It was just an ad that I saw on Craigslist, and I didn't know the person. So I called them up on the phone, and they kind of tell me, yeah, go through this process, and we've been able to make money. So the first week I ended up making some money. You know, that was in 2012. Now, we fast forward, we're in 2017, right? That's like 5 years later. So if you've been following me, when I first got started, I had 100 friends on Facebook. Now this Facebook profile, I believe we almost have 20,000 followers and 5,000 friends. When I had 100 friends on Facebook when I first got started, literally, I saw that the first day I made $100. I was inboxing all my friends. Yo, you need to get on this stuff. Are you going to work tomorrow? You hate your job? Guess what? I literally made $100 with PayPal. That was my first time making money online, and it was like, yo, it's real. It's real. So 5 years later, it's crazy how still some of those people that follows me still asking me, dude, is this stuff real? And my answer is real. I haven't worked a job in the last 5 years, and I've been doing that. Now, let's get it straight. I failed a lot. There's been a lot of failure. You know, I've lost a lot of money in the process, but it was a dream come true. You know, I was going after my dream. I remember when I first got started, and I got so excited. You know, the thing that's gonna get you excited is not only the vision. The vision is gonna get you excited, right? That's what the vision. When people speak to you about the vision, this is how we're gonna make it happen. This is how you're gonna quit your job. That gets you excited. But the thing that really gets you excited is when you make your first commission. Like when you make your first money, it's like, oh hell, I don't have to work and I could do this. All right, so now it's really real to you. Like nobody can really convince you it's not real, because your PayPal, you look at your bank, you look like, yo, dude, I make $100. I didn't go to work. So that was me. And then I remember going to friends and families, and sometimes people would tell me, yo, come to my house, and I'll show them the presentation, and they would tell me they buying, but they don't buy. And even still now, I have friends that I've been trying to get them on this stuff, like, dude, 5 years later, this stuff can change your life. And now it's like, you know, people still looking, and they still have this fear, like maybe it's too late, maybe I missed the wave. People give themselves a lot of different excuses to why they shouldn't make it happen. But it's like now I've seen kids that it's never been as easy as now, right? doesn't mean that you're not going to go through the process, but I think right now there's a lot of different tools, there's a lot of different stuff that makes it 10 times easier than when I got started. There's a lot of stuff that I had to learn back then to make it work that a lot of you now, it's a lot easier, but the concept, the principle stays the same, you know. The vehicle might change, but the principle stays the same. So if you're going to win, you're going to make this stuff happen, you're going to have to go through a lot of, you know, a lot of mindset stuff. You know, you're going to have to change your mind. First of all, you have to believe that it's possible. And first, it starts with you believing that, hey, there are people who are actually making money online, and you can create a side income stream. It should pique your interest. You know, if you're watching this, you're my friends on Facebook, or you've seen me outside of Facebook, it should definitely pique your interest to know that there are people who are actually either creating a full-time income from home, or who are just making extra money from whatever they're already making from their job. So it should pique your interest. Now, after it piques your interest, you must want to know how. Now, this is the big question, you know. Lucky for me, when I got started, I got into a group of entrepreneurs who was actually evolving. Like, they all got started together. So we kind of got in a Facebook group, and they had training every Tuesday, and I was kind of watching to see what was going on. There was a training in place. I watched the videos, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. You mean this 21-year-old is making 100K? That's like, oh my God, like, I can't even fathom that stuff in my mind. How can I make that stuff happen for me, right? And it's the same thing that as I'm making this video tonight, guys, if you watching, what's going on? A lot of you are saying, what's up, Michael? I'm going to give a shout out in a little bit. But I want you to start thinking, how can you make this stuff happen for you? Because it's possible for you. Like, you know, for those of you who take the time to actually watch this video, share it. You know, share it with a friend, share it with somebody that might want to hear the same message that I've heard back then, that it's possible. You know, so when I got started in 2012, I got into it. My wife losing her job. I remember she had this Honda. It was a 2004 Honda after we got married. It was like 3 months before we finished paying for the Honda, and it got repossessed. You know, we went outside. I was like, oh shoot, we don't have a car. They took away the car, and you know, it was crazy. So I had my only car, and I was going to school at the same time. I remember having to, you know, waking up early in the morning and then driving to clinicals, and then after clinicals I had to go to class, and then after class I had a full-time job that I had to go to. So things was tough, even still building the business at the same time. But I saw a way out. You know, it was the vision. It kind of hit me like lightning. You know, when I saw what other people was doing with utilizing business, utilizing the internet, I saw a way out, which is what got my attention. So when I saw a way out, I said to myself, wait, you know, if there's something that's being given here, if there's something that I can learn, I'm going to school right now. My family is in shambles. I got to pay my light bill. I got to pay my car note, all that stuff. You know, what's going to be my choice? Is am I going to keep going to school here? But I have these bills that are due right now. They're not waiting for me to finish. You know, I can't wait to finish school to make it happen, you know. So after the car got repossessed, I was like, dude, I got to get this thing going. I remember learning how to post Craigslist ads. So first thing I needed to learn is how to get traffic. So what you must understand, you know, the internet back then, all I thought was it was just Google. It was just people going. All I knew was I go to school, my teacher send me an email, and I get an email, you know, and I check my email. And YouTube wasn't that popular then. It was, you know, you go to YouTube, you watch funny videos. It wasn't that competitive. Now you go to YouTube, yo, people got camera, they got professional stuff, lighting, like it's crazy. It's like a whole movie on YouTube now. Like if you don't, you know, of course you can still stand out of the crowd with your character and who you are, your charisma. But back then, if you get on YouTube, it was like people didn't really care about it that much. It was, you know, it was the stuff that people go, you watch. Even the old videos, the old movie videos, if you watch them now, the old music videos, they look crazy, right? They look totally crazy. So anyway, I got into the business, and I started working it hard, and I started going every single day. And I got a few mentors, a few people that started telling me how they were building it online versus just offline, which was great because I didn't have to really tell my friends and families anymore. I started learning how to use Facebook and YouTube and utilizing Craigslist to get traffic and leads so that I can start selling, the products that I had to sell. Then it wasn't just Google anymore. I started realizing there was people who was actually making money utilizing the internet, selling products and services, you know, using online. And now, if you're living in this era, you should know by now. Like, if you're on my page, guys, you see what the internet is doing. Like, I'm doing this live on my cell phone, and I'm connecting with, there's a bunch of you right now on the line watching the stuff live. There might be some of you watching the recording. I'm connecting with you without having to be in a room with you. You know, it's just, I post the video on YouTube and I get thousands of people to watch it in an instant. So it connects us together. And there's so many different products people are spending on the internet. Now, if you into digital currency, stuff like, you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and all that stuff, you see, things are changing. Things are moving in the direction of the internet. And if you don't know how to use it, it becomes something you have to know how to use wherever you go to work. So my whole thing is that in the process of learning how to make money online, you're gonna fail, right? You're gonna have some failure, but that's what's gonna build you, you know. I remember, you know, things started rocking, and then after that, things just take a dump or started going down, and then I had to learn and grow and make stuff happen. So there's a bunch of people here on the line. Let's see who we got on the line. We're talking about how to make money online here. So we got Tyler. Tyler said, what's going on, man? Reporting live from Indianapolis in the house. Awesome. Dim System. Maria said, what's going on? Keder. Mackenzie in the house. Rakeem, what's up, Rakeem? Rakeem is another crusher. He's making stuff happen. Is the OPS system worth it? I don't know. I never used the OPS system. We'll take questions after, guys. So I'll just say what's up to all of you who's on the line. Robin, Maurice, Pierre. Dope advice and subscribe. Denise says, Corey in the house. James, what's going on, James? So what's up, C. Winston? What's good, bro? This guy's making it happen. See, me and C, we go way back. He knew when I first got started, maybe a year in or so. So it's been progress, you know. It's been progress and also failing. I remember the first year going in, you know, I was just so excited to make this stuff work. I was posting out on Craigslist. I was learning. I was going to training, implement that stuff. Here's one big secret. If you want to make money online, here's one big secret that I want to share with you tonight from this live. If you don't take anything else that I take this one. One big major secret that really gave me a breakthrough was to find major players. Okay, find major players. Don't do what they say. Like, you know, if you come to this training right now, you watching me, I'm saying, hey, this is how I make money online, this is how you make money online. Don't do what I say, right? It sounds so dumb and so contrary, right? Don't do what they say, do what they do. That was the thing that changed it for me, all right? This is called reverse engineer. Okay, it's called reverse engineer. When you see other people having success, I started following very closely, not what people say to do, but how do we doing it. That made such a big impact and a big difference because my business was going up and down, up and down. I couldn't really control it. Again, it's a new path. It's a new path. Like if you just getting started and you're trying to get into this making money online business and you see everybody's talking about it, you want a piece of the pie. You're like, yo, dude, I want mine. I want my cut. How is it gonna happen for me, Keder? What am I supposed to do? Right? The whole thing, like I said, guys, you want to reverse engineer what people that are successful, the major players, what they are doing. How do they do it? And that's what I started to pay attention to. Not really to listen to what they were saying, oh, this is what you gotta do, this is what you gotta do, but I was seeing how they were doing it. So if I go to a Facebook Live, I would see how do people interact with the audience. If I go on a webinar, I saw how did they got all those people on the webinar. Like if they had a product to sell, they were there on a product launch, and I was seeing how they made a $100,000 launch, right? I was seeing how those people were doing it, and my effort was to duplicate what they had. It's the best way to start having success, you know, fast, you know, is to kind of duplicate what you see success has. And in the process, of course, you're going to figure out yourself, you're going to figure out who you are, and you're going to be able to catapult to your best version. But, you know, like I was saying, I remember those days when it was totally crazy hard to make money online. I remember, you know, they were telling me about, hey, how I need a capture page, I need to have a list, and all this stuff started like, you know, it was a whole mumbo jumbo to me. It made absolutely no sense. There was this girl named Kwatika. When I came on the internet, she said, dude, you need to have a list. You know, that was back then in 2012. You need to build a list. And I needed to get a system to get the list. A list is, you know, like Facebook could be a list, like a lot of you that's on this webinar. A list is just email addresses and phone numbers, access to people's information that you can communicate with them. Like if I wanted to get people on a webinar, like Facebook makes it easy because I can just pop up my phone and they give you a notification, let you know that I'm live, and here we are, we can communicate. So a list kind of allow you to do the same thing. But I was building my business. I never even thought about building a list. I just wanted to make money. I didn't understand the component that I needed to make this stuff work, okay? So she was like, yo, you need to build a list. And when I started paying attention, it was kind of later in the game, like a year in. You know, I started putting all this effort. I was not ready early. You know, I started putting all this effort, and I wasn't really building my list. I wasn't getting people on my list so that I can follow up with people. But then when I started doing that and start building a list and see the power that's in this stuff, it's totally crazy. Specifically now, for those of you who's building, maybe you're doing different businesses, you're part of different businesses. If you build a list, I mean, I know it's redundant. If you're making money online, or if you build a business online, it's kind of redundant to hear people say, hey, build a list of people. But it's so powerful once you have data, what you can do with the data, okay? What you can do with the data now with access to technologies that you have access to, what you can actually do with this data, okay? So when I first started, and I started getting into making videos, okay, so I got on YouTube. I started this YouTube channel, and I started making videos about how to make money online, because there's so many people who are searching on the internet right now. It's like it's been a hot topic. Like, you know, it's like the secret in the closet that everybody wants it, but a lot of people don't even speak about it out in public. You know, nobody speak. I've never go outside, you know, on the street and find a group of people talking about how to make money online. People just don't even talk about it out on the street. Or, you know, or if I'm out with a group of my friends, I never go around somewhere and I hear people talking about, oh, how to make money online. But you go on the internet, you know, you go check out Google, you check out the stats. People are searching like all day. You go on YouTube, you check out the ranking, you check out the stats. You know, you go into Google keyword search, you go into an analytics. People are searching day and night, like how to make money online. That's why it's a keyword. If you rank for that, you can get a lot of traffic. So it is a term that a lot of people are puzzled by. You know, they need to understand what's the whole magic behind it. Believe it or not, it's not that many people who's doing it and doing it successfully, like who's making money every single day on the internet. When I first got started in 2012, you know, it was like, okay, today I make money, tomorrow I make nothing, tomorrow I make nothing, and then the next day I make some, and then the next day I make nothing. So it was never a consistent flow. I didn't understand how to establish a flow of income, okay? But then as I start going through the years now every single day, it's like, you know, you have a job. If you have a job, you create income with it. Now it's like every single day I can create money online because I know what it takes, right? Because I built the list, because I understand what's required of me now to create income online. So just imagine yourself a couple of years down the line. Just imagine yourself 4 or 5 months down the line. You understand how to do this stuff and you can create money for yourself. And I think the whole thing is that a lot of people have fear. You know, it's like they don't know what to expect. It's the expectation. A lot of people, sometimes people are afraid to try, not because they're gonna fail, but because they just heard their friends' stories or people who tried and they failed. You know, people who say, hey, this is a scam, or people who said, man, I tried this stuff, it didn't work, stay away, you know, it's not gonna work for you. And I think it's one of the craziest thing you could do to yourself to stop yourself from taking chances based on somebody else, because we all have different scenarios in our life. We all have different luck. Should I say luck? I mean, you can create your own luck. I don't even believe in luck now, because almost everything that I need to create, I write it down. And I keep saying it to myself. I keep working every single day to make this stuff happen. And then boom, literally, everything that you really need, they start happening, So I started making money online, and then I started doing the dumb thing, which is spending everything I was making. When you start building a business, and I started buying, because I still had the broke mentality. Here's the crazy thing. Like, you see a lot of people on Facebook, talk about the money they make online, but they don't get to keep any of it. And I was that type of guy. I started creating income, and everything I was making, I was just go and give it to somebody else. I didn't understand how to build my own brand. I didn't understand how to invest into my own business and make it grow. So my whole goal was to make money to pay the bills, which is dumb, which is what a lot of people focus on. It's like, when I ask people, what are your goals? What do you really want to do? Why do you want to learn how to make money online? And a lot of people, their objective is usually, I want to make money online so I can pay my bills. And logically, if you look at it long term, you might as well just stick with your job, right? Because if your goal is to make money to pay the bills, it's just, how can I say that? It's just, you still don't have a life, a lifestyle. You still don't have the life that you want, because all you're doing is paying for somebody else's creation, you still won't have the freedom that you want. So when I started doing that, although I was making money in my business, I was buying the new Jordan. Like, I was buying, I was like, yo, I want to get this. I want to, I got into this phase of getting everything that I thought that I couldn't get. It was like, oh, I want to buy this. I want to buy this. All I was doing was really, I was putting a lot of effort into my business, but I was choking the air out of my business. I was choking the oxygen, because everything I made, I was actually taking it and then go give it there, or go pay the bills, or go give it to somebody else to have a service or product. So I was always spinning my wheel. So for those of you who's getting started, early on with that mindset, yo, I just want to make money to pay my bills. If that's how you look at it, you never will have the freedom, because all you're going to do is make money to pay the bills, But then the cool thing is that when I learned from a mentor to focus on production, focus on, so I started to focus on creating. I started focus on creating a lot more than I needed to just pay my bills, right? I started to focus on creating, okay, how can I get income to actually get this business going? Okay, so then that's when the mind started to shift. Then that's when I got into mindset, because here's the thing. If you don't have the right mind, if you're not ready for it and they give it to you too early, you're not going to know what to do with it, It's like you have a kid right now. Like, my kids, they don't suffer for anything. I try to give them as much of the things that I couldn't get as a kid. But as they grow older, I want to instill some principles in them so they can realize that the power of working hard, for what you want, understanding, although I could give them whatever they want, but I want them to work for it. I want them to understand what it takes for actually making this stuff happen versus just getting it. Because when you start getting something that you don't work for, or it start getting easy, the value start depreciate in your eyes. The value is you don't appreciate the value as much as you could anymore, because it's just it comes as easy. So let me see. Jaban, what's going on, Jaban? What's up, Jack? First sale online in 2014. My belief went through the roof. Rakim said he had his first sale online in 2014. The first sale is always gonna be the thing that's gonna make it happen for you, man. Once you have your first sale, the first sale is just gonna give you that belief that if I can do one, I can do 1,000, I can do 10,000. So once your mindset starts expanding, it's like there's no stopping you anymore. There's no, oh man, I can't do it. Because all you need is just proof that this stuff works. So going back to my story, when I started getting this stuff to work, I was working hard, I was making money, but I wasn't seeing any other money. I wasn't building. My business was still where it's at, and I was still struggling. I was still working hard. I ended up quitting school to build a full-time business. I created my first product, which made $100,000 in the first month. To me, it was freaking mind-blowing. I've never thought I was worth that. You know, like a lot of you that's watching right now, you know, your value, it's based on what you produce. It's based on how you see yourself right now. You know, some of you right now, you only see yourself as capable of making 40,000, then that's what you're gonna get. You'll never go higher than what you perceive yourself as. You know, and sometimes as you start growing, then your results will start proving to yourself that you can do a lot more than you thought that was possible. So, you know, although I created all this income, it went into the dumbest stuff, you know, the stuff that was not propelling me towards what I wanted, the future that I wanted. Then I got into a mindset call, right? I started reading a lot more books, understanding more about, okay, how do I invest my money? How do I grow this business? Because, hey, I left school for that thing. Which some of my family thought I was crazy, right? So I left my career. I left my job, right? Because, you know, after I left school, I started doing better in my business. And then I left my job after that. So when I left my job, it was like, dude, there's no going back now. This is all that you've got. You better make it work, or it works. That's the only way, like, you know. So that's the only way. So I had to learn how to become smart really, really fast in the process. But what I'm saying is that as you're going to start growing, okay, I remember a time that I needed to do an investment in myself. It was $5,000. I needed to invest into a coaching program. It was a course with a coaching program. It was $5,000. I didn't have the money. And then I went and took a student loan which they give you at the school. I was supposed to pay for a class and also buy a computer. And I took that money, I invested it, and I sold my car. You know, I think I took like $1,000 student loan, and I sold my car for like $5,000. And I invested in that program, and I flew out to Denver where there was a meeting happening. And that's when I created my first course. Believe it or not, I shot the video there in Denver, and I didn't know how this stuff was going to play out. And that was going to be the course that changed the course of my life, or of my internet business. You know, it was the first time that I had $100,000 a month, which I thought that was crazily impossible. I saw it other people happening for them, but I didn't know I could do it. So it was the first time that actually happened. But in the process, you know, a lot of people say, you crazy. Like my friends, you know, my wife, she stuck by me and saying, dude, I hope you know what you're doing. You know, you in love with this stuff. You give up everything for it. So I hope it worked. Now you sold your car. My car just got repossessed. We paid for it with the money we started making online. We got the car back. And then I got to the point I was like, yo, dude, I'm gonna jump in. Like, I'm gonna dive in. I'm diving deep with everything that I got. I'm not gonna hold back, right? If I'm gonna make this stuff work, if it's gonna be worth it, I'm gonna go full throttle, right? So I didn't have the money. I remember selling my car on Craigslist, and I sold my car for like $4,000. My car was worth $6,000. I sold it for $4,000. Invested into that program. I bought that course. Flew out to Denver. I slept in the hotel room, of one of my sponsor, right? And I slept in his hotel room for the first night because I couldn't afford 3 nights of hotel. I could only afford for 2 nights. So I didn't have enough money. I've already spent on the ticket. I've already spent the money. And I didn't even have money to even eat. Now, I remember being in there. My stomach was growling. And, you know, it's crazy thing that people were seeing the video. It's funny that the product that I did back then, people go to Google right now. They put Craigslist training, and it just pops up on the first page, and people still buy it now. And it's funny now, like, sometimes people don't know the backstory, right? It's funny now, when I was shooting that video, I was scared, I was sweating, you know, because I was so hungry and my stomach was growling and I didn't eat. And I remember they had food in there, and I just couldn't wait to finish shooting the video so that I could get some free food, because I was just so hungry and my stomach was just growling throughout the whole process. But I still stuck it through, and we got through. We did the videos, like, it was a one take, right? It was a one take video, a 5 minutes long video. It wasn't even supposed to be my shoot. It was just some, you know, my mentor said, hey, why don't you just take a chance and shoot something? And I just went for it. And that literally changed my life after. So the whole thing is that if you're gonna succeed in this stuff, right? If you're gonna win, there's some sacrifices you're gonna have to make. Like, I can't make it for you, although I can be some of you sponsor that's watching this. Maybe I could be a leader. There's gonna be some sacrifices. They're gonna have to come from your own. Like, I'm only sharing my story to let you guys know, maybe inspire some of you that's watching, that this stuff is possible. And I'm fully living proof of it, right? Maybe you don't know me personally, maybe you never seen me, but I'm a real guy, you know? And a lot of the time when I do my hangouts, or if I do a live, the approach that I usually take from it is that I'm not a guru. Like, you know, I'm just a little guy who, when I got started, you know, when I came in this country, matter of fact, I'm Haitian, I came from Haiti. You know, I came to this country when I was 14 and I didn't speak English. I remember going to school, it was so hard. I hated high school. I always got picked on. You know, I didn't have many friends. I didn't speak English. I remember when I came, I was in 10th grade and you know, going from the heat, and now I'm in the snow, living in New York. It's so brutal. I remember going to classes, I got picked on all the time, you know. Sometimes I didn't even want to go to class. You know, I didn't want to go to lunch. People was always making fun of me. You know, it was totally crazy. And then growing up, you know, I had low self-esteem, going to college. You know, although I was a smart student, I kind of knew my stuff, but I still wouldn't speak. You know, I was afraid of my accent. I was afraid of who I am. I had, you know, my self-conscious was a mess. You know, I was always striving, just keep pushing myself, but I was never the type of person that would have this camera and know that there's a bunch of people watching. I would be speaking and inspire people. Hell no. That wouldn't be me. Heck no. That I wouldn't be doing this stuff. But as I start growing to this journey and realize that we all on this planet for something massive, right? For something much bigger than ourselves, we start going past who we are and seeing how we can help other people succeed, and seeing how we can help other people push for the next level, and the impact that, you know, just being able to take risks. Although that I was not the most well-spoken, I was not the most, you know, I didn't have the best attire, I didn't have the best of anything. You know, when I got started, I was broke. You know, I got married, I was broke, like literally broke. You know, living on food stamp and welfare for like a couple of months after my wife lost her job. So, you know, and I said to myself, man, if I'm ever able to get this thing going where I can really get it to the point where it's really, really rocking, I want to inspire other people to go for it and say, hey, it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter who you are. If you have the ambition, if you have the desire to make this stuff happen, you can do it, right? It's gonna be a process. It's gonna take some time. You know, it's not gonna be overnight. A lot of people will see those capture pages. You'll see those videos that lure you in, like, you know, give me your money, it's gonna be overnight. Like, I can't be real on this video because it's not a sales page. If you go to some of my sales page, like, it's gonna look like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna click that button and buy something. It's because the people that write this stuff, they know how to get people to take action, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because if you have the faith and the belief that you take action on this stuff and the product, the stuff that you buy, it can actually change your life with the work. Because that stuff changed my life. You know, it was one day I saw this video of a person saying, yo, I'm working from home and this is how much I'm making. Just like you watch those videos online and people saying, hey, this is what's happening, this is how much I'm making, this stuff is real, it allowed me to change my life. That's one of the videos that changed my life. So one of the things is that sometimes we want to prioritize who's gonna succeed and who's not gonna succeed, and I think it's the wrong thing to do, because sometimes we don't give people the opportunity because we believe that they're gonna fail. And that was me, because sometimes I would look at someone and say, this person is not gonna be the right fit. They not, or maybe because of my faith, or you know, just saying, I don't want this person to see it. I don't want to show it to this person because they might fail and they blame me for it, or I feel responsible. But who am I to actually say that you're not gonna be the next rock star? You know, you're not gonna be the person that change your life and that makes something happen for you. Who am I to say, hey, you're not gonna learn how this process works and actually make money online and change your life? I'm just the messenger. I'm just telling you, this stuff works for me. It's possible. I haven't worked a job in the last 5 years. I don't even know what the heck it is to wake up in the morning and go clock in the last 5 years, and it feels great. Now, is it challenges? Is there challenges with the process? Heck yeah. Every single day you're going to deal with new challenges. You know, you're going to have to grow. You know, your journey is your journey. Some of you right now, you're just in the process, like you building. You're in the process, you're building your story. You're going through the journey and you're asking yourself, why the heck is it so hard? And this guy makes it so easy. Like this lady, she makes it look like it's so easy. But you got to understand, your journey is different. Like we in different parts of the world. Like right now, earlier I asked I don't know where you guys are watching from, but you can leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're watching from, and you will see that each one of you is somewhere different. You know, that by itself is already one point that differentiates all of us. You know, the fact that we are living in different places. So we're gonna be in different parts of our journey. Like we all have different ages, born in different days of the month. But one thing that I know, although the journey, right, the journey for us, we could be in different spots, but the road stays the same, right? The road stays the same. You know, there's someone who says that success, you know, it's not a destination, it's a journey, right? The journey stays the same. You know, we all go into that success road, and we all gotta travel. We all gotta go through the process. To all of us is gonna be different. You know, some of you might face foreclosure. Some of you, you know, you might have to maybe give up your job, or maybe give up some nights of sleep so you can make this stuff work. And some of you, you might just come in because you tried so many times, you never win, and then boom, you come in and this was the last stop for you. Some of you, this might be the video that's gonna be the breakthrough for you. And that's one of the reasons when I started building, I was always going to training. I was always listening to people, because every time I listen to someone, I get a little breakthrough, and it kind of kept me pushing. You know, when I wanted to quit, it kind of kept me pushing, you know, to keep pushing, keep going to the process, you know. And now realizing that all the stuff that other people have been talking about, it's real. And all my points in this video, I don't have anything to sell you tonight. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I absolutely have nothing to sell. Absolutely nothing. But I've made money today, you know, using nothing but the internet, but online businesses. You know, it's one of the skill set if you take time to learn it. Now, what happened to a lot of people is that they want the results, but they don't want to put in the work to make it happen. Whatever online business or online journey business that you're trying to get started with, or you're starting to make this stuff happen, it's going to be a process. It's never going to be overnight. Yeah, you might have, like, you know, the other day I did a webinar and I talk about strategic thinking and people that are tactical thinking. You know, people that are very tactical, they will just have something, this thing is actually working for me, it's Craigslist, it's Facebook. They depending on that stuff, they're not really learning and growing in the process. But people that are strategic, they plan the moving parts. They start growing and they start understanding this whole thing is a process. It's different moves that you gotta put together. It's like playing chess. You can't just be looking at the king. Although the king is the most important part of the... Who in here play chess? I'm a big chess player. I'm a big chess player. You gotta strategize. You know, you have to have your queen. You have to know when to move your horse. You have to know when to move the tower. You have to know when to move certain things. So your attention can't just be in just one place, or else you're gonna be checkmate. So the whole thing when you're building a business is that you gotta understand it's gonna be a long-term process. You know, it can't be something that, you know, although like any of you that's part of my team, although that we have different offers, maybe we have this one offer that we're focusing on right now. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get you to make money with this stuff. But long term is that you want to have full control of your business. You'll have full control of what you're doing. That way you're not just depending on one thing. Like right now, I'm doing a Facebook Live. But if I didn't have Facebook, there's other places that I can get my business going. There's YouTube, there's Craigslist, there's, you know, there's all the different skill set you want to start establishing. That way you can't just be stopped just by one thing going wrong, okay? So as you start growing in the game, you're going to start facing many different challenges. But the cool thing is that with the challenges, if you don't quit, you grow. So you get past it. You figure out a solution The whole thing with being an entrepreneur is your ability to get solutions. Okay, if you can figure out a solution to problems, you start growing to the level, and then boom, you start making money. Now tonight, like I said, guys, is to learn how you can make money online and working a job. Now, a job will never give you your freedom. I know that for a fact. Like, when I was working a job, bro, I would not be able to be here 10:23, and I'm going to work in the morning at 4 o'clock. Like, my schedule would start at 4. So I would have to be in bed right now and make stuff happen and get to work. Now, not to say that a job is a bad thing. Like, some entrepreneur that actually made it to someplace online, and sometimes they want to bash a job. They want to bash someone who works a job. I have a different mindset, different thinking. And I think a job is a great thing. I think that, having the opportunity to create income, right, to have something valuable that's coming in, if that's not where you want to have, right, if that's not where you want to be, like, if you want to have a lifestyle of freedom, you want to do the things on your own term, a job is not going to allow you to do that because you're working for somebody else. But you definitely want to be grateful, because here's the thing. You got to know why you have what you have. Even when you have a job, like, you got to have your priorities. You got to understand your priorities. Someone who hires you, like, I have people that works for me. If I was to say, like, a job is a bad thing, then I would just tell those people that works for me, don't do what I tell you to do, just chill, right? So it would be bad. That's why sometimes I just don't get it, like, entrepreneurs. Like, maybe they haven't been to the hiring stage where they have people working for them, so they really don't understand it at that point where, okay, if you're telling people jobs are bad, what about the people that works for you? If they quit working for you, now you gotta get new people, you gotta hire new people. So a job is an opportunity, right? It's a good thing. So the whole goal is that how can you learn a business on the side? How can you learn an opportunity, something that can propel you to get you to your dream lifestyle? I don't hate a job. Like, if I had to work a job, like now, if I didn't have a business, because I understand now, what value is. I understand what money is. I understand how to create it without a job. Now, that's the key thing. If you're on my Facebook, you're watching this live, another secret that I want you to get out of it, right? Another secret. And the one secret I gave you earlier was to don't do what I say, but do what I do. Like, see what I do, what people do, pick out what you want to do out of it, and do these things and try to do it in your own ways and duplicate that. This is called reverse engineer. That's one of the fastest way you can create success. I've learned that from a lot of people, and I see how they do things. I reverse engineer what they do, adding my own persona to it, and I got success a lot faster. Now, the second secret, I said I was going to give you one. The second secret that I want you to understand tonight, okay, is that a job, right? A job will never give you the freedom that you want. If the only way you know how to make money, right, is the only way you know how to make money is a job, you're going to be in trouble. Like, long term, you'll always be working a job for the rest of your life because you don't know any other way, which is why I titled this video, this live hangout, how to make money online. Because a lot of people want to know, okay, how can I make money online without a job? How can I make this stuff happen? There's so many different opportunities, but they take time. Like, I have people on my team. I train on different ways. I've utilized e-commerce. I've utilized affiliate marketing. I've utilized YouTube. I've utilized Facebook. There's so many different ways that you can learn. The whole goal is that, set yourself on a long-term pattern, not just on a, I'm going to try this for a couple of weeks, and if it doesn't work, or a couple of months if it doesn't work. There's so many ways. If I was to come on here and say, oh, how to make money online, and then you come, there's so many ways that we can even go tonight. People go to training. Like, this live, I just want to talk to you guys and just let you know it's real. Like, people are actually making this stuff happen. And if you ever doubted yourself, if you follow me as a friend for the last 5 years and you find yourself still hating your job, like when I spoke to you 5 years ago, right? You hated your job then, and then you still hate your job now, and you're still saying, oh man, I wish I could have taken these opportunities to make this stuff happen. It's still here. It's still possible. You can still learn this stuff, but you're still gonna have to go through the process. So you must understand, if a job is the only way you can make money, well, you can't quit your job. Because when you quit your job, what's going to happen, you're gonna think, well, a job is the only way I can make money. If a job is the only way I can make money, guess what? Even if you quit job A, you're gonna have to get job B or job C. And that's why you have people, they going from job to job to job, which is what me and my wife was doing in 2012. When she got fired from her job, guess what? She was looking for another job. She was looking for another one. And then she got this interview, you know, and it's crazy. Like, when we go to interviews, I remember me and my wife, we went to an interview together because I was like, yo, it looks like you're not finding a job. I'm just gonna have to get another one. So we was going to interviews together, and we went to this interview, and it was kind of funny because we was young, we just got married. It was kind of funny. We went to the interview, and they was asking this question, and we was lying. Like, they was asking my wife, you know, what do you like to do on your spare time? They asked me, like, what do you like to do on your spare time? And I was like, yeah, I like to read. And my wife looked at me like, you know you don't like to read, like, you know, because now I read a bunch of books because I know the you know, back then I would never read anything for leisure. You know, if it doesn't have to do with school or if it's not a requirement, hell no. Your boy would not be reading because I didn't understand the power of knowledge. I didn't understand how this stuff can transform your mind and how every secret that we're looking for is actually in a book. You know, most of the stuff we're looking for, someone has already done it, or maybe they already have an idea about it, and we can pick up a book and learn some of the stuff. So I didn't know that. So most of the time what I was doing, I was reading because it was a requirement. It wasn't because I wanted to. And I remember being in the interview with my wife, and they were like, oh, what do you like to do? I'm like, yeah, I like to read. And then she looked at me, and I looked at her. I was like, oh, shoot. You know, it was crazy, but we were doing everything possible to get the job because we was in trouble, right? We needed another job because that's how we make money. So we'd go there, and they would say, hey, are you a people person? I'm like, yeah, I'm the best people person ever. You know, and they would say stuff like, you know, what is your best quality? And you know, and I'll give all these things about me. Oh, you know, I could do this, I could learn this, I'm a fast learner, you know, I cooperate very well, and all that craziness. And you know, and if I didn't know something, I said, yeah, I'll learn. I just need the job, I'll learn. You know, and how many of us do the same thing? But when it comes to really build what we need to build, the skill set to build a business, to make something happen, and we say, oh, hell no, I don't want to do YouTube videos. Hell no. You want me to be speaking? Oh, hell to the no. But we go get a job, and they say, hey, you're going to have to give a presentation. Just give us a data of whatever that happened last night. And you say, hey, you know, I'm a very shy person, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to make this stuff happen. Because you need the money, because you need the job, and you need to be able to provide for your family. And I want you to understand it's the same thing for your business, you know. If this stuff is going to give you the lifestyle of freedom, it's going to give you the things that you want, you know, it's going to give you the things that you're looking for, why not do the best for you to get this thing going, you know. And that's the mentality that you want to have if you have a job. You know, if your only way of creating income is through a job, you will always need another job, right? Now, if you have a job, what you really want to do is to learn how to use the money you get from the job, invest it into the business, get it to grow, create another stream of income, okay? Create another stream of income, and then you can create multiple streams of income, okay? Because if you have one stream of income, which is what happened to us, when we got fired, when my wife got fired, we only had that one job. So we had to get food stamp in order for us to eat. Like, we had to get, you know, government assisted living in order for us to pay for our place and stuff like that, because that was the only income stream that we had. We didn't know. Nobody told us. When we went to school, I went to school for years. Nobody told me anything about multiple streams of income. Nobody ever even mentioned. I paid all this money, all these loans, all this money, all these books. Nobody ever told me, yo, after you get married, your wife is going to lose your job. That's going to be real life. And you're going to have to deal with it. You know, that's going to be real life. And you're going to have one income stream. And real life is going to happen. And if you don't know how to create income, you're screwed, right? So, which is what I want to teach you tonight in this video, is that you can learn how to create multiple streams of income utilizing the internet. You know, there are so many different ways that people are using. There's stuff like, you know, affiliate marketing, where you can affiliate with a product and you sell the stuff you drive traffic to it. You know, you can go get a product that you know people are buying. You start making phone calls and start selling it. You know, like someone asked me, Keder, yo, if you started from the bottom, you had nothing, you didn't have a list, you had nothing going on, how would you make money right now? Like, if I know what I know right now, I would go find some of the best products, you know, find some of the best product and start calling the people that needs it, you know, start calling the people and start offering it. You know, if I make 100 phone calls, no way I'm not gonna make a sale for the day. Again, it would be hard in the beginning, but as I start building relationship, those people will start referring me, giving me a referral out, you know. And knowing what I know now, guys, it's so easy to make money online. Now, I know it's like, it sounds crazy to some of you right now, because I remember when I used to hear it too, it was like, dude, I just want to make 20 bucks. If I can make $100 a day. I remember, you know, going on those live and not live webinars, and I was seeing guys making $1,000 bucks to $3,000 a day, and you know, making 6-7 figures online. And I said, dude, if you can just show me how to make 100, like just that's it. Just show me how to make $100 online every day consistently. I'm gonna quit my job. I just want to make 100. That's it, $100. But then you're gonna realize as you start growing your business, you start getting the stuff to work, right? Is that, you know, you're gonna realize, okay, you start making 100, then you're gonna realize, okay, why not make 200 if you can make 100? Then you're gonna make 200, then you're gonna ask, why not make 1,000 a day if you can make 100 a day? And it's gonna start growing because, you know, you start setting up new goals for yourself as you start reaching higher. But you know, it's all a process, man, and it's worth it. It's worth the time being. Some of you will figure it out in 1 year, some of you will figure it out in 2 years, but it's just worth figuring out. You know, because I have friends right now that went to college and they have a master's degree in business, and they work in a job that they didn't even have to go to school for. Like, they work in a job where they're getting paid $10 an hour, $15 an hour. They have MBAs. Like, I have people that has their master's degrees, and people that went to school for years, and in the type of job they ended up making. It's like 95% of the people who actually graduate, they ended up doing things that they didn't even have to go to school for, or they can't get a job, or, you know, I'm saying this stuff is worth putting. I've been doing it for 5 years. 4 years without a job, but 5 years I've been doing it. The first year I was still working a job, still going to school. The last 4 years I quit my job and I've been doing it full time. The second year I struggled like crazy. You know, there was time that I was like, yo, I made a big mistake, man. I was telling my wife, yo, this is hard. There was day I couldn't pay my light bill. Like, you know, the first year I had massive success, but I didn't know how to use it right. I didn't have any mentor that was trying to tell me what you need to do with your money. So the first thing I did, of course, was buying things, which is not investing. I was choking the life out of my business. The second year I struggled because I didn't have much income. Everything I did on the first year, I blew it off. The second year I struggled a lot, and you know, it was crazy. I was still making stuff happening. It was crazy. The third year, you know, I had a lot of skill set. In the second year, I struggled a lot, but I learned so much because I was looking for the secret. I was looking everywhere. I was on webinars. I was on training. I was going through it, man. It was crazy. I was going to every place that I could. Because you gotta remember, I quit my job. I quit my job there. I quit school on the first year. On the second year, I quit my job. Things was tough, and I needed to make it happen. So I was going. I was learning. I wasn't sleeping. I was sleep deprived. You know, I was freaking lost, right? And then on the third year, it started rocking because I acquired so many skill set. Here's the key. Like, if you're trying to build a business online and you have no skill set, like someone asked me earlier, yo, Keder, how can I make money online? I have no money. Like, I don't have any money at all. How can I make money if I have no money? And my answer was, do you have any skill set? Because if you have a skill set, you can sell a service. You know, you can sell a service, you know. You can go into a service, provide a service to people. Whether you know how to run Facebook ads, you can become a social media management. You know, whether you want to place some gig on Fiverr or you can do something for people. You must have some type of skill set you develop. Maybe you know how to put a blog together. Maybe you know how to put a Shopify store together. You know, maybe you can run an Amazon store, but you must have some type of skill set so that you can leverage that skill set and provide a service. Because the service, you can just provide a service. You don't have to have money. You know, just find people that wants the service so that you can charge them every month for that service. That's one of the ways you can make money if you don't have any money to get started. Let's say you don't have a job, you have no income coming in, you know, you don't have any money at all. I would highly recommend build some type of skill set in the next 30 days. Go learn how to do certain things and start doing it and start charging people to do it for them, because there's a lot of people, there's some things like they don't want to do. Like if I'm starting a new Shopify business, I don't want to build the store. Like I want to outsource it. If you know how to do it, you have a service for it, I just outsource it to someone for $400 or $500. They create the whole thing, then I can start running my ads, which is what I want to do. So, you know, like I said, you definitely want to start working on developing your skill set and start growing. You know, find a business model, give yourself, you know, and in the third year it started rocking out. I understand the whole concept of ranking videos. I started getting deep into making videos, ranking on YouTube, start driving traffic. Like right now I have a video on YouTube that literally, like, it sells a product that made me $12,000 in the last 10 months without nothing, without, like, every single day it makes anywhere between, I'll say, $200 to $300 every single day without me doing anything. Just one video, just by itself, getting traffic. But before I got to that stage, guys, I struggled. Like I said, I explained my story to you guys. My car being repossessed. There was day I was going to the library, creating my first product. I was hungry because I didn't eat. Not because I didn't want to eat. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to eat. I slept on the hotel rooms, just to make stuff happen, because I believe in this vision, you know. I'm still paying my dues, you know, where I want to be. I'm still not there yet, but just to share a glimpse into the whole story of building a business online. And now we creating, like the year is not even over, right? We already glimpsing at the 7 figures in our business, which is mind-blowing still to me. It's like, you know, you can actually do this stuff from home without ever having to leave your house. But you're going to have to go through the process and learn this stuff. You have to pay your dues and learn this information and see how you can implement this stuff every single day in your life. And yeah, so if you want to make money online, that's it, guys. You know, there's many different routes you can go. Affiliate marketing, you can go e-commerce, you know, you can do your own product. You can do YouTube. This is a great way of making money. You know, if you have the charisma, you know, you can have people that I see that blows up like so fast now. Like on YouTube, it's totally crazy. Like what I see that's happening, young kids that are creating some crazy income. But you have to let your fear aside and just get out there and take opportunities. You know, take opportunities and see how you're gonna change your life and what can help you change your life and create a side stream of income more than your job is offering you, so that you can get rid of it if you don't like it. If you love what you do, awesome. Keep it, add more streams of income, keep doing what you do. If you're doing it for the love of it, you know, keep doing what you do. But if you're not doing it for the love of it, I want you to understand that, you know, you can build a business on the side. Now it's gonna take sacrifice. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear these words. They want it to be like the capture page says, you know, learn how to make $200 to $300 a day without lifting the finger. That's what the capture page says. And people just, oh, put my name and email. Yes, give me the secret. I'm giving you the real secret here. This is the real stuff, you know. So you might go to my capture page, you know, because we get a lot more emails when we put that, oh, learn how to make $300 a day without lifting the fingers. We get a lot more email. And then from all those people who come in, we're going to be able to get people like you that will spend the time, want to hang out with me like this, and you're going to learn the principles. You're going to learn the stuff that requires, you know, you're going to go through the courses and you're going to make it happen. You're going to figure out it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's actually possible. So you're going to go through the process and you're going to make it happen for you. And that's why we don't give up. We can't give up on those people like you who's going to come through the funnel, you know, through all those people that's not going to do nothing. You can have a few people like myself, you know, that girl who posted that ad. She actually left this industry. She went back to whatever she was doing, but she changed my life. And I'm so forever grateful that she was not lazy on that day. She posted that ad and I saw it. And I took the opportunity, just like you're watching this video, and the fact that you wasn't lazy or maybe you wasn't distracted. There's a lot of stuff going on Facebook, everywhere you could have been, but you decided to spend the time and listen to my story and see how this stuff can impact maybe your life. and impact your business, maybe give you a different perspective on how things can be done and what you could do better. And yeah, and you're gonna implement that stuff in your life. You're gonna make this stuff happen for you, and I'll be grateful to know that, hey, you know what, my story impacted you for you to go after yours and you making stuff happen. And I think that's gonna be the most powerful. But anyway, for all those of you that still live, I have an announcement. I've been getting a lot of people been asking me, yo, Keder, when is it gonna happen? When are you gonna do it? Every single day? Like, people inbox me every day, all the time. You know, people have been asking, yo, when are you gonna put an event together? Because I want to come, I want to meet you, I want to learn more from you. Guess what, guys? I have an event coming up. It's gonna be on August 6th and 7th. Okay, August 6th and 7th. It's gonna be in Orlando. I live in Orlando, so it's gonna be in my area. So I'll let you guys know more about it. I just want to see, you know, are you gonna come? Who's gonna come? You know, if there's gonna be people coming, because I'm not gonna do an event and it's like nobody shows up, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? You know what I mean? That I want to do an event and you guys shows up, and if you guys feel like, hey, you know what, coming through, you can learn some value, some stuff that can help you change your life, change your business, maybe give you the right perspective and help you carry you through your next part of your journey. You know, yeah, I want to create an event. Not I want to. I already have an event in place. It's gonna happen in what is it? September, right? September. We're about to be in August. Yeah, September. So it's gonna happen on September the 6th. Okay, so it's gonna be September 6th, not August 6th. September 6th and 7th. So September 6th and 7th is gonna be on a Friday and a Saturday. This is gonna be a 2-day event. It's not gonna be a long event. It's gonna be a great event. I'm gonna give you guys some value. I'm gonna show you how I'm building affiliate businesses on the side, how I utilize videos and YouTube and different stuff. I'll show you the back end of my business. So if you guys have questions on how to do this stuff, how you can build a full-time income from home, how you can build it the fastest, what are the tools that you need, what do you need to make this stuff rock. So if you're interested in coming to the event, like, drop a comment down below and let me know. Like, just say, hey, I'm down, let's get it. So let's do it, let's get it, Orlando, let's make it happen. You know, I just want to see if people would be interested. If I have enough people, like I say, I already have the banner and everything set up. If we have enough people, we'll do it. If I don't have enough people, I'll just be like, yo, I'll just go back to make my money. I'm cool. Everybody's cool if nobody's coming. So that means everybody's cool. They got it. They making it happen. So that's cool with me. But if I have enough people and everybody decided, so we can have a crowd of people come out and we can have some other people teach you what they're doing. I can show you what I'm doing. You can implement. Yeah, we can have a good time. We can rock it out. I think that's going to be pretty fun. All right, so what's going on? Got a bunch of people. I swear I need to get the first sale slowly but surely. Brian says, you real? All right, so we got a bunch of comments. Someone says, I'm a beginner in Shopify, trying to get my first sale. Guys, you know, you gotta stay through it. You gotta learn, you gotta grow. The whole thing with doing e-commerce, there's a lot of challenges that comes with, especially with the fact that Shopify is growing right now. Like, a lot of the platform, like, we're getting a lot of traffic. Facebook is getting a lot of traffic. So the competition is getting really stiff on, you know, products. But the cool thing is that you must be testing. If you test and you can find products that other people are not selling, and that's when you can make a killing the fastest. You know, if you get to products that are so different that other people are not pushing. That's why I tell people, test. If you test a lot of products, you're gonna find winners, and when you find winners, you can scale them a lot faster and make stuff happen. So let's see. When is the Keder movie coming out? For sure, man. I need to make a movie about this stuff, right? That would be cool. So Michael Roberts says it's inspiring to hear your story, Keder, man. Inspiring. Appreciate it, man. That's my goal. Just inspire as many people to make it happen. And you know, if you're on the journey, I just want to say, don't quit. Don't give up. Doesn't matter who you are. I believe you can make it happen, you know. a lot of people will just quit on the process. The only people who doesn't win is the people who quit. But if you don't quit, you keep persisting. You know, like some of you get started and you're like, man, I'm tired of quitting. Just, you know, if you're tired of starting over, just stop quitting and just keep growing. Although it can be painful, although it could be hard, there was day I have to figure out, you know, which one am I gonna pay for, my light bill or my autoresponder? And there's sometime I just paid my autoresponder, and my wife was like, "You crazy, you crazy!" So we have to figure out how we can get some money, like cash advance money, so that we can pay my light bill, because I already spent the money on my autoresponder. And it wasn't that much money. It was like, it's just to show you how much we were struggling, guys. I mean, like I said, if you're going through it, you're going through the struggle, I can relate. I've been there, and it sucks. Like, people tell me, you know, hey, Keder, you talk about money or making money online. But I'm like, dude, I've experienced both sides, you know. I've been broke, and I've experienced having some money. If I was to choose between being broke and having some money, hell yeah, I would take having some money versus being broke. Yeah, you can choose being broke. I've been there. I didn't like it. I hated it. So it sucks. So like I said, man, you know, I know money is not everything. A lot of people say it, you know, but being broke is not everything neither. So, you know, it's both sides of the spectrum. It's not going to give you everything that you need, but it's going to give you a lot of the things that can make you excited, that can help you, give you a different perspective, you know. So let's make this stuff happen, guys. Johnny said, I wish I could make a video like that to get members. See, this video is not even, I don't even want anybody to join anything. I'm not selling anything in this video. And I think, you know, the whole thing is just as you grow in the process. If you start making videos, if you watch my first video, I was scared. I didn't know what the heck I was saying. You know, I didn't even want people to look at me. I was afraid to look at the camera. So, and I've came a long way, you know, long way. So if you just getting started, you growing, just know it's just gonna be a process, you know. It's just, you do your first one, you start getting into it. It's a process. It's a growing process. You know, the whole thing is that look at me 5 years now and look at yourself getting started. Like, you just in the process point, and you can get to where I'm at a lot faster than I did, because I did a lot of stupid, dumb things. Like I said, you know, like I'm explaining to you guys, like, if you start making money, don't go buy yourself Jordans, don't go buy yourself the next car, don't go buy yourself, you know, a bunch of crazy stuff that you don't need, you know, a bunch of stupid stuff. You know, don't go buy yourself drinks for all your friends and just like, yo, everyday party, drinks on me, let's get it. Don't go roll out every single day and then you're choking your business and you're not reinvesting back in the business. Or don't just work to just pay your bills. You know, work to invest into the business to make it grow a lot faster. You know, learn how to work faster, make money work for you versus you having to always work for money. I mean, that's the reason why you want to have a business, not so you can stay working to still work for the money. You still work in the business to get the money. So if you're making the money, don't take it to go pay your cell phone. Well, you got to pay your cell phone bill, but don't go pay all your bills with the money you make from the business, but never investing back into it. Or, you know, into Facebook ads, maybe hiring a VA, maybe hiring a couple of people that can get you some more help and start growing your business, building a big brand for yourself. You know, start investing. If I started investing sooner into my business, I would have been way further now. But like I said in the beginning, I got carried away, just like a lot of people make that mistakes and just go on a splurge and just think that it's gonna be forever. And my second year, I really struggled a lot because I didn't have the capital to make stuff happen, you know. So I'll be up 24 hours learning and posting. That's it. That's it, man. 24 hours all day. MSI, multiple streams of income. Yeah, you must have them. Multiple streams of income. Build them offline, online, as many streams as you can, because it's worth it. Because once you have multiple streams of income, none of them owns you. You know, like if you're working for a company, one of the things that was going on back in the days in 2012 and 13 when I got into this industry is that a lot of people, like people was forming a lot of cliques. There was a lot of cliques on the internet. Like if you doing this company and people wasn't talking to people that was doing this company, they wasn't talking to people that was doing this company. So everybody was kind of disconnected, but they had like little cliques. Like I was this clique, this clique, this clique. And you know, as I've been online for a while, and this stuff start phasing out among the affiliates, because they start realizing, you know, sometimes the company they fall out, maybe the system will fall out, and a lot of people start saying these companies aren't loyal or whatever. A business is not just gonna be going forever. Sometimes you're gonna have ups and downs, but if you have 3 businesses that's going up and 1 business start going down, you have this 2 income streams that are strong, that's still going. But if you only have one, just like a job, if you have 1 income stream with just your job, when you lose it, you literally, like when I lost my job, I don't know if you experienced this, like when you lose your job, you literally have to be on unemployment, on food stamp for like 6 months until you get another job. Or you have to leave your friends and families for a little while until you get another job. That's when your income stream start again. Like if you don't have that job, you literally starving or you dying. So that's the whole thing. If you learn how to create multiple streams, man, you don't really, you know, you don't really need just one of them fall. You just keep pushing, keep it moving. So when do you know a stream of income is ready so you can start working on it? If it's making you money every single day, and you can see that, if you establish a pattern, let me just say that, if you have a pattern of income with it, this is when I established that a stream of income is good. If you don't have no pattern, if you don't, like, if it makes me money, you know, like every other day or every week I'm making such, like every week every month this business is making me $500, this one is making me $200, every month is consistent, or every week it's making me $300. Now you have a consistent flow. Once you have a constant flow of income with a business, you know it's constant. That's when you're like, okay, well, this business is rocking, I can take another one and put on it, you know, unless, like I said, you have a system. If you have a system that has multiple streams, like I have a system that I use, you know, not that I'm trying to promote it in this live, but it's called 4%. They have multiple streams, and all the tools that I use in there is already in there. So it's like, I mean, it's a win-win for me with anyway. But like I said, if you have a business model and it's pumping consistent revenue, you have a pattern established, even if it's a week or a month, you know what it's bringing in. It's more than a good sign that you have a good stream. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so we got a bunch of people interested in the event. Let's make it happen. Alright guys, there's a lot of stuff we said. Ruben say, I feel like I'm lost. Slow down, look for direction, and just keep moving. Alright guys, so you know, it was a crazy live. I think this thing's like an hour long, but anyway, appreciate you for coming. What you could do, you know, you can share this video, share this live, get as many people as possible to see it. I think it's gonna be powerful. And also for the event, if you ready to come through, you want to make it happen, definitely comment, let me know. I'll read the comment later. Appreciate you for hanging with me tonight. I'll see you guys on the next one. Pound that. Pow. See you guys later. Bye.